Alright, I am recording. Right, take it away.
Welcome to Tea Talk, where typical Brits talk typical shit. I am your host, Extreme X Storm, joined by my co-host, Excalibur.
Hello, everybody.
And we may be a little bit wankered at the moment. We're just tired of shit.
Pretty much.
And doing this last minute.
Pretty much.
We are coming off the day after a cheeky little 4-hour stream.
That is
Eve
true.
of celebrating my birthday and Connor's 5-year anniversary on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Which was hectic as fuck, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely hectic, especially with all the shit that went on.
What was...
we can look at the bright side. At least Adam behaved to an extent.
Yeah. Although I did start making monkey noises halfway through, which, you know, any bad context between that and then would just... could have very well ended badly.
Yeah, but Adam's had many. We can just say he's autistic and then we'll get away with it.
That's my excuse.
Well, that's going to be his as well. Otherwise, we're
his
screwed.
excuse is that he's a rampant racist because he doesn't give a shit.
Pretty much. That is Adam for you. He just thinks it's funny, really. That's just him.
Yeah. We don't condone it, not on content anyways.
No, but of course, as Jake did say, it was a 4-hour stream, and of course it was Jake's return to streaming within, was it 2 years?
I've done little streams in between, because I was doing God of War for a bit before I never just stopped that.
So it was a year?
About a year? About at least 2 years away. About 2 years ago, I was consistent streaming, which just, again, time, place, equipment, not a lot of that went in my favour.
Pretty much.
Which just inevitably stopped that as well. So much shit was changing around me at that time that consistent streaming was just never going to happen anyways. But last night's stream felt good. We totally didn't attempt to do it the night before my internet decided to kill itself.
Yeah, because of the bad weather, because we tried doing the stream Friday, basically it swapped Jake to a worse connection, so he couldn't actually stream. So that didn't really turn out too well.
But we solved that issue, though. I didn't have any problems last night with my internet. It was just Discord that had the problem.
Yeah, Discord is just randomly disconnecting on him.
I think my PC was the issue there, because it was on for a good while.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be an issue of why Discord's constantly closing and opening itself.
It was happening a lot, though.
It might be a situation where you, like, a fresh reinstall might be the thing. Who knows?
We'll see with that, really, but...
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
A good long stream. What we started off with Brawlhalla and us getting smacked for the first hour.
Yep, because somebody which is called like the Master of fucking Asgard 2 pretty much had that ranking title, came in, whooped our asses, and I wasn't a fan of it at all.
Yeah, we ended up leaving, and I apologize to that guy. I doubt they're looking at this right now. But,
oh God, no! But still,
well, listen, I got to facilitate whatever it's called. I gotta make sure that it's a happy experience for everyone involved.
Long story short, we're shit. You were very, 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 very good. We wanted to have a good time. I was gonna get pissed off, so it's just something that happens.
Enough to just get consistently smacked.
Yeah.
Much.
Because I'm not exactly a big fan of losing, so that was going to annoy me sooner or later.
As we've discovered in plenty of streams.
Correct. But, that's why there's barely any FIFA content on Twitch.
Pretty much.
Because I'd fucking... The only time that I'd actually even stream FIFA on Twitch if I was grinding to get players. And that would mainly be through squad battle stuff anyways.
That would be more... I wouldn't mind streaming FIFA, but as long as we had maybe more than one person... if there was both of us doing it and we're doing it at the same time. Just messing around with objectives. Because that's just a live podcast within itself.
Yeah, if it was just objectives through squad battles, I wouldn't mind as much, but if it was for example, I'm not touching any players through Managerial Masterpiece, which means I do miss out on a majority of the Premier League players, including Sarr, which is the Chelsea centre-back. I miss out on that because it wants it to be Managerial Masterpiece.
Yeah, Chalobah as well. I don't know if you
Chalobah as well. Or not. I've not bothered.
I don't think Managerial Masterpiece is as bad as it used to be. It's still bad, but as long as you've done Silver Stars.
Last year it was a higher rating. From my knowledge.
But they didn't change that while like June or July, anyways. It was very much like 77 rated until like maybe January, and then changed it to 78 rating, and then they changed it to 80 rating.
At least it was 70. At least they upped it by 1 rating, which actually made a lot of difference.
It's 78 rating now, so they did that from the beginning of the year. Is it?
Yeah, 77.
Well, the difference is that they allowed it so then we could use Silver Star players in that, which again helps with the rating. And then
I know, but it's like they capped it in a way. It's like, oh yeah, you're only allowed to use 74 rated silvers.
That's fine with me. I've got a full team worth of 74. I've got.
Oh yeah, that's because you do Silver Stars. I don't.
It's a worthwhile grind because those players are good.
So that is pretty much that makes it impossible for me to do that objective. It makes it entirely impossible, especially when it wants me to use 85 rated Chalabar. Yeah, you try and fit him, fitting him in. Oh, 78 squad.
Yep, that's where Ronaldo's a clutch. I don't even use Ronaldo for that. I can't remember who he used. It might have been Cantona. Might not. I'll probably Vinicius Junior, knowing me.
You probably Vinicius Junior. No, you some way, shape, or form.
But after Brawlhalla, where we did have a bit of fun in the end. It was just glad.
It was a bit of fun in the end with Brawlhalla, yeah.
We just I never went off to go play Rocket League. Yeah,
that was the main.
That was the highlight of the stream because there was some fun stuff that came out of that.
That was actually a lot of fun, even though me and Jake are horrifically bad at the game.
We got carried hard.
We got hard carried by a diamond rank. I can't remember
we pulled the Canadian in.
Pretty much, our friend Michael, aka Mike. Pretty much, he is really good at Rocket League. He's diamond rank. He's diamond rank in solo and in duos. So he's very good at the game. He knows what the hell he's doing. He knows how to pull off the areas and all that shit. So with him being in there and us doing casual, actually was a pretty good experience. So he might be evolved a lot more within Rocket League if we do that more often.
As long as he keeps the language to a minimum. If it's being recorded,
for streams,
because it'll get censored. But if it's on stream, then he needs to. He's not the problem, anyways.
No, he's not the problem. No, he's fucking Canadian. He can't be the problem.
I mean, we have heard him say some bad shit, but
too nice. Yeah, but he knows his limits. Like
he knows his limits.
He's one of the people which we understand is like, okay, you can't. Obviously, he doesn't generically say anything dodgy, anyways. Most points is just jabs at Brandon.
20-minute of the stream last night was dedicated to calling Brandon a nonce.
Pretty much.
So that's some pretty fucking hard digs in there as well.
Well, I believe that happens quite a bit.
It does. But yeah, we got carried hard by Mike.
But it was fun.
There were some good moments from us though. We did have like our moments.
It was fun. It was like through the hour of Rocket League that we played, both of us scored at least a minimum of a goal. I scored it was a pretty cheeky. I had a couple of cheeky assists. I had a really good save in there as well.
We both had a couple of good saves. I almost scored a fucking worldie as well.
Yeah, I almost got a worldie as well, which is very annoying.
But luckily enough, we had Mike. We did lose a couple of games, but it's only natural.
I think we literally lost like 2 out of the night. We won the rest.
I think we lost 3 and won like 7. We got like at least 10 games in.
No, we lost 2. We only lost 2.
Leave a better record for us then.
Pretty much.
But that was awfully fun, and we do need to start incorporating that into more streams.
Yeah,
that might become 100%. like an every now and then Saturday thing.
Yeah, and that might be like one of the titles we more consistently do, because like just doing casual ain't bad. Like it's just even Michael said he forgot to have fun with the game because he was so tryhardy for it. I felt like he actually had a lot of fun that night.
Oh yeah, because Mike.
He's used to playing ranked.
The same with Halo. Mike rarely ever leaves ranked.
Yeah.
And so, I might be just a refreshing reason for him to go into casual.
The one time he leaves ranked and does casual, he actually has fun because he literally said, "I forgot to have fun with this game," and he actually.
It's because there's other people that will play it with him. I don't really think there's many people that would. Yeah.
And like
it's his way to boost his ego because he knows he's better than us.
That's the thing is like the one joke which because Pin is because do you know how with the character cards it will normally say like, oh yeah, what your role is, like veteran and all that stuff. Of course, his was a rotator. And somehow the one joke which I thought was going to be incredibly shit, I got a way better of a reaction out of, and just saying, "What are you, a fucking rotisserie chicken?" I don't get how the fuck that even.
I didn't even get
to
the
me
joke.
to me that was a low tier joke, and I got a high tier response.
I didn't even get the joke. I just thought, back to the you want some chicken laugh.
You want some chicken?
You want some chicken laugh?
Okay, so if I do edit that down, I know what to put in. You want some chicken laugh?
Chicken laugh.
I was thinking about it during the stream as well. I was like, that would be just like, damn.
There's so many memes for us with chicken now. You got fucking
I was
Georgie
thinking,
boy.
man, this video is funny. Posted it.
So there's a lot of highlights within that stream, anyways. You could easily make a 20 minutes, half an hour like highlight reel because of it.
The thing is, I might only just keep the Rocket League stuff.
Phasmophobia might be worth keeping then, just for that extra couple of highlights as well, for like a bonus clips, because there were a couple of moments where I was like, oh, you could fucking laugh at that.
Maybe. I'm not sure yet. I feel like the Rocket League one could be put as a separate video.
Rocket League, definitely.
I feel like Rocket League can. And then, of course, with Phasmo, I'm not sure. Maybe if we can get another session in there, and then maybe just merge them together.
Session.
Maybe. I still need to upload that Phasmo footage to Suarez.
Have you not sent it to him yet?
No.
I thought you sent that to him a while ago.
No, I did not. I really did not.
Makes you feel any better. The footage that you sent me through the is actually working, because I know you had that issue with someone else where just like it's working. It's
because
fine.
He was using a unique editing software. We'll say unique.
Doesn't sound dodgy as fuck or anything.
But it's because it was a free editing software, so I was like, I'm assuming because from my knowledge, he hasn't really he needed videos for portfolios pretty much. Like he's only recently created his portfolio, so he was just having
a bit out of his depth.
Yeah, it was a bit out of his depth. Yeah, that would be the correct way of saying it.
I did a little bit of editing today for the first time in ever, and I'm only like about maybe like half an hour to an hour's worth of editing in, learning everything for the first time because I'm going in blind with Adobe. It's a pain in the ass, but it's probably a far cry better than the free shit.
Pretty much.
I mean, the fact that it auto saves every 5 minutes as well is quite a nice feature. Because
and you can change it to how long the autosave takes, which is very nice.
It does me well. It does me well, and that 1 minute worth of footage that is actually cut down. Nice.
Yeah.
Which is about enough to cover the intro and the rules.
Pretty much. I was like, what did you do with the intro specifically, by the way? We're not allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, we're not.
Right, moving on swiftly. Road to the final promo.
I didn't bring it up. It's you that brought it up.
You mentioned editing, and that's what baited me in. Let's just say content coming soon. You're not gonna know what the fuck it is until it's uploaded. Long story short, we're gonna fucking rapidly switch to the road to the final promo. And I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty much the same shit as what it was in FIFA 20.
It's an exact same team from like a couple of years ago.
Literally same shit. Literally, Alexis Sanchez, Telles, Gomez, Mane, literally the same shit. But I don't mind. I don't mind an Alex Telles with 77 shooting. I ain't fussed.
I'm not against the overall exact same team shit. Like,
I just need to
it's
fucking
a little bit
pack
of nostalgia to when FIFA was a little bit better.
Yeah. I need to pack that Telles, though. That's the problem.
Some of these cards are different anyways because they're in different teams and they're just
different positions as well. Mane's road to the final 2 years ago was a left wing.
Alexis Sanchez is a centre forward as well, and I'm pretty sure he was a left wing when he had that other card because he was at United. Yep.
A very horrible error.
Renato Sanchez is the best card in the game.
Yep. And of course, the time when Renato Sanchez is out during the road to the final promo, I casually go pack his signature signings.
Typical of you, pretty much.
Yep. Not bad. I'll take it either way. That's basically the second most expensive card still at 500k.
Yeah, and I'm just sat here with Pele.
Yeah, casually. It's not like I deserve at least some good mini pulls.
To be honest, I did open a couple of reunion. I did open the reunion player packs, and there's only one player that I deem pretty good. You won't find that out until
I got Vinny Jr. again.
Well, I mean, you've already seen him already, but you'll see him at some point, and
yeah.
I'm not revealing him for reasons that we are not going to discuss right now. But...
Oh, damn. That is why am I not surprised?
Well, he works, and he might work very well for something coming up.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk. We're not going to talk about that until after recording.
Yeah, I'd like to get the fuck away from that. But of course, I like the Martinez objective though. That I felt like was a good start towards the promo.
It's an absolute steal of an objective.
It's a steal of a card because Ajax is undefeated, and they're against Benfica. So if they win the first leg, he becomes... Actually, if I look on the land of Twitter...
he becomes an 88.
He becomes an 88, does he?
Mm-hmm. It's like an inform upgrade. So he'll be an 88.
Yeah, but I know during the point... I know some way... I'm trying to remember, because... Isn't there at some point he gets a +2?
No, that's only when that's only from an 84 to an 86.
No, I swear, like, during the stages, there is a +2 in there somewhere. Otherwise, Kimpembe would only be 92.
I'm pretty sure there's only... I don't think there's going to be a +2. Oh, no, that's at the end.
Is that at the end, or is that for making it to the final?
Yeah, so if you qualify for the final, that you get to a 93, for example, and if you win it, then you get to a 95. That's only at the end. And if Ajax go all the way, then that's great, but...
There still is a mad con. There we go. Event... Okay, so yeah, it's a +1, +1, +1, +1. Okay, so it's all +1s. Never mind.
It's an inform upgrades, pretty much.
So I wouldn't... Because, what is he? 80... What was Martinez 87?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, an 85 pace Martinez... Because I'm assuming he'll get a +2 on his pace. And already a decent enough card as it is for an Ajax squad. Because I'm going to be honest.
The Argentinian team.
And the Argentinian side as well. Because I'm going to be honest. For me personally, for SBCs, Eredivisie has been lacking.
I mean, at the beginning of the year, we had a banging Eredivisie side.
Because, like, obviously, you look at the squad foundations, right? The ones that you get for Neres and all that stuff. Neres ain't bad, but it's a 3-star weak foot. Neres ain't bad, but he's a 3-star weak foot. That's the problem. It's like, with Anthony as well, not bad. Again, 3-star weak foot. The player of the months that we've gotten so far, they have felt clunky. They've personally felt clunky to me with the 2 out of 4 that I've done. Been very clunky.
And Klassen was pretty good for me when I used him.
What, Sangara?
Klassen.
Okay. Wait, Klassen got a player of the month?
Yeah, the Swedish block, yeah. Oh, Carlson, sorry, not Klassen.
Oh.
God, my Eredivisie team seemed absolutely butchered. Fucking hell. I have done way too many packs.
Way too many packs. Can we do... Actually, I'm curious. Speaking of player of the month, can we do... Okay, I don't think we can, because obviously...
What are you trying to do?
I was just looking at the player of the month, see any of them are around soon. But of course, the only one which would be closest to the time would be Premier League, and nothing's come up for that yet.
But nah, that'll... I don't know who that'll be, to be honest.
I'd
like to give a good shout for Van Dijk, but I don't think he'll get it.
I'd like to give a shout for back-to-back for David De Gea, personally. And a potential throw in the bone. I want to chuck Sancho in there as well.
He's been good, but I don't know if I'd go as far as a player.
If he keeps doing well, I feel like he could get the Player of the Month.
Could.
Personally, I just don't want it to be Raheem Sterling again. But of course, speaking of players like Jadon Sancho, Virgil van Dijk, and Raheem Sterling, of course, when we're recording this, it is a Sunday, Super Sunday, aka United versus Leeds, Liverpool versus
Norwich,
and then City versus
Tottenham.
And of course, did Tottenham win that game?
They did. They won. They was 2-1 up. City then got a penalty, made it 2-2, and then Harry Kane, I believe, got a hat trick that game.
The funny fit. Okay, so Harry Kane's guaranteed team of the week for a hat trick, obviously. So obvious investment to go for. But of course, that means That means because obviously there's only one home visit and one away visit. City have lost both times to Tottenham this season.
Tottenham's always a bogey team for City, though. Tottenham for the last 4 or 5 years have always been a bogey team against City. They always pull some out their ass against them.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. And Son
it's
normally
the same with
United
before the end of the early era, where Man United always put up a good fucking fight against City, but they just haven't done so recently.
Yeah, pretty much. Because that's the thing. When we went against City before, it wasn't that really big of a gap in comparison to Liverpool when we last played them. Because what was it, 3-2 to City last time we played them?
Yeah, a lot of the top 6, Arsenal, they did well against City. I believe they did in their last game, anyways. Tottenham always tends to either pull out a performance or just lay on the floor and take it. Against City, it's more the first one than the latter. Liverpool versus City is always a big game. Man United will pull out a performance every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really Chelsea that just struggle to beat them more times than not.
Yeah, there's even then, the last time we went against City, we lost 2-0, but it wasn't that big of a gap in comparison to Liverpool. But of course, we might as well talk about the actual results. Obviously, we'll discuss Liverpool versus Norwich.
I won't lie, I was in bed for most of it. I saw we went down to 1-0. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be awake for this. I'd rather just be asleep for it. And then I woke up to us being 3-1 up with Luis Diaz scoring his first goal and Mo Salah scoring his 150th for Liverpool.
Yep, and of course,
which is just mental.
Of course, Luis Diaz actually got his upgrade as well, even though he wasn't meant to.
He wasn't meant to, but I'm not complaining.
He wasn't meant to. It technically was meant to reset. But of course, I'm assuming they just went, fuck it, we'll just give him the upgrade. Liverpool are going to win their next 5 games anyway. Because let's be honest, I'm pretty sure you go against Leeds very soon.
I can have a quick look, actually. We've got... I'm very confused with the schedule at the moment because we've got a final at the end of the month, so I don't know if there's going to be rebooked games or not. Our next game is going to be Leeds on Wednesday.
Your next game is Leeds, and that's Wednesday. Quarter-week kickoff. And then you have a final, Chelsea versus Liverpool.
Yep, and then we got Norwich again on the 2nd of March, but the FA Cup. Followed on by West Ham on the 5th of March, and then we got the second leg against Nitner, which we're 2-0 up for.
But that's the thing, it's United are only 4 points behind Chelsea at this point, which isn't bad.
Yeah, your top, you've still got a pretty good chance of getting top 4.
I feel like we'll keep top 4. I wouldn't mind us being in top 3, though. I'm going to be honest.
So it's the casual flex, though, isn't it? It's just... But
of course, I feel like, that's the thing. With Liverpool winning their most recent game against Norwich, of course, they are back in the title race. Because now they are only 6 points behind against City.
Yeah, because City lost that game against Tottenham.
The fact being is that... That's the thing, is you see the games which are going on. This is a really hard season. This is a really hard season where barely any losses can realistically be allowed. And of course, you see the loss, Chelsea had 3, Liverpool's had 2, City's had 3, United have had 6. But of course, you got to see, it's a very hard season this year because everyone's doing too good.
I
Everyone's
saw
having
a
top
case of
tier
everyone's doing
performances.
too good. It's just a lot. I think maybe it is, but there's a lot of teams that are like pulling out performances, and there's a lot of teams that are just like not doing as good as they probably would have. The last 2 seasons were both case of point of it's one team winning that league, and there's no one else fighting for it.
Pretty much.
When Liverpool won the league, Man City had their chance, but we were like at least 10 plus points in the lead by December. We won that league in December. And then when it came to Man City, Liverpool's title challenges came a bit fucking loose, and like they died in January because of the amount of injuries we got. We were playing CDMs and fullbacks at centre back in January.
Pretty much. Fabinho did pretty good there though. In all honesty.
Fabinho was excellent. Like
he did good there.
I've said it for a while. Like Fabinho's one of our most underrated players. Like I know he gets a lot of love, but people underestimate just how much he actually does in that midfield. And for him to come back in centre back and absolutely ball out the way he did.
Yeah, he did well. I'll give him the credit where it's due. He did well.
Fabinho's just an incredible player. I know everyone phrases N'Golo Kante when they get the chance, and even Rodri to points. But Fabinho's the best DM in the game. Oh, not in the game. Maybe not in world football, but definitely in the Premier League.
Yeah,
there's not much of a competition behind it.
But of course, there is the United versus Leeds game, and I'm gonna be honest, our defense was fucking piss poor.
You watched that game, didn't you?
Do you know what the funny thing is? I only started watching the game probably about 50 minutes in, so probably it wasn't that long until after the 24-second gap of 2 goals for Leeds, because our main defense options was Lindelof. You know, I'm going to look back on those goals because I want to see who was at fault. But the funny thing is, as soon as I actually watch a United game, we actually clutch up and win 4-2.
Yeah.
Want to add that.
I didn't, like, it'd only be, like, at this point in the season, only you are, like, Man United this season are very much acting like a Spurs. You are getting a lead and you are bottling it quick. Now, granted, you won this game, but how many times are you going to be able to pull that one out of the bag this season?
Well, Bruno Fernandes did a pretty cheeky flick up to get our 4th goal in. Pretty cheeky fucking flick up.
Yeah, when you're midfield and your attack's on form, you can win any game, but your defense is very much your problem.
It's piss poor. To be honest, it was a good choice doing a 5-back. Swapping off Ronaldo and then making it a 5-back for a defensive approach.
Rangnick made a smart choice. He took off Pogba for Fred.
He took off Pogba for Fred, and it worked out. And of course, Maguire scored the first goal, being a header.
I didn't see the celebration, but if he did another one of those "fuck the haters" type of
no, he just knee slided.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, he could score a goal all he wants, but his defending is ass.
What? Lindelof is so far out. Bruno Fernandes, cheeky header.
Wan-Bissaka is sad.
Cheeky header from Bruno Fernandes. That's the thing. It was a pretty close choice between who got man of the match this game, being Fernandes or Sancho. Because obviously, Fernandes had an assist and a goal. Sancho had 2 assists. Of course, Sancho assisting Fernandes with a pretty good header. I'll give him that. Bruno actually has some good attacking points in this. I feel like Bruno kind of kept a lot of the critics quiet in this game. What the hell was that?
Bruno's a good player, man. It's just I just don't think consistency's been his friend this year.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say bad goalkeeping on this one. De Gea had a bad goalkeeping moment in this game.
He's bound to have it every now and then.
Because from what it seems like, their left back, I think their left back, was on the left-hand side, and I think he was meant to go for a cross, but it went in the back of the net.
With all due respect to De Gea, it does sound like something he would fuck up.
It was Rodrigo. That was meant to be a cross. You can tell that was not meant to be a goal. But that was a pretty big bottle from De Gea. I don't think that's realistically a defender's fault. Oh.
It was at fault for the second.
I'm gonna be honest.
Was it De Gea again?
Yeah, I can't say it was De Gea. A part of me wants to say Wan-Bissaka because of the pass he made to Bruno.
How come he's now starting ahead of Dalot? I thought Dalot was being pretty good for you.
Because basically what happened in the situation is that
Well, is Dalot injured now?
I have no idea what's happened with Dalot. But of course, Wan-Bissaka passed to Bruno Fernandes. It was like more centre-ish of our half. Passed Bruno Fernandes, and then the defender made a tackle from behind, got the ball back. I'm gonna say Maguire. Maguire didn't really put much. Maguire didn't put much of the attempting on the cross to block it, because James came in with the cross. Lingard and Bissaka tried. Maguire pretty much just jogged. He could have blocked that cross off if he was a bit quicker. I'm going to say it's a mixture of a blame between Bissaka and Maguire. Personally. But otherwise, it was good attacking form from Leeds.
Yeah. I think Leeds are both a great side, but incredibly lucky that the Suddenly team's doing worse than them at the moment. Because they could very well get relegated with just how bad their injury problems have been. I mean, they've gone half the season without at least 3/4 of their main team.
I just realised what Sancho did. Sancho no-look passed to Fred.
Well, they got the goal, didn't it? So, let him do what he does.
Because,
that's why you paid 100 mil for him, pretty much.
Just saying, cheeky flick by Bruno Fernandes and Elanga coming in for the goal. Bruno Fernandes did a pretty naughty flick there to bait the defender. Very naughty, that is the words of Gary Lineker.
Yep.
But of course, the defense was piss poor. Good choice by Rangnick to bring on Varane for Ronaldo and then make it a 5-back in the second half.
Thomas Ronaldo didn't do much that game anyways, so...
He didn't. He's on a bit of a goal drought at the moment, which is unfortunate for him.
Miss Smith, to be perfectly honest, this is probably the first season where Ronaldo and Messi have kind of just not balled out at all.
Pretty much.
It's like, I know they've had bad seasons, sorry, let me rephrase, seasons that have not been
not their prime seasons. They've not been their top performance.
To say a bad season for Ronaldo and Messi is a season where they don't produce double digits, at least in the 20s for goals and assists.
Yeah, it's like, they've not been in top... They haven't been bad, they just haven't been in top form.
They're just not scoring, and they're not really doing much. I think Messi's been playing pretty good.
But it's not like they're... I'll put it this way, it's not like they're not trying to score. Obviously, they're trying, and it's just... The goalkeepers are just making decent saves for them.
Their new surroundings as well. As I know Ronaldo's been at United before, but the Premier League has evolved quite a bit.
Premier League has evolved since then. It wasn't just top. It wasn't back when Ronaldo was there. It wasn't just top 4. It's more than top 4 now.
Like there's so much.
It's literally the whole league being able to play well.
Premier League back then, again, it was still a case of teams would come out and do well, but back then it was really just a case.
Back then it was like 60. It was the top 6.
City was starting to admit their appearances. Ferguson was still there. Arsenal were probably far better back then than they were now.
Oh yeah,
they are now. Liverpool were shit back then, and now they're good. Like, not Liverpool are a constant threat to anyone.
Yeah, they made the right transfers pretty much.
Chelsea were a threat back then, and they still are now. But I think Chelsea have kind of are failing to adapt to times. That they're making signings, but I don't think a lot of them are the right ones.
Yeah, it's just like Timo Werner wasn't exactly a good signing for them.
Timo Werner,
Kai Havertz was a good signing for them.
It would be a good signing, but
Kai Havertz was a very good signing for them.
Oh well, Kai Havertz is a cult hero now for them because he won them a Champions League.
Pretty much.
If he didn't score them that goal, that he's forever put in history for Chelsea. He could literally never play for him again, and he's a legend because he won them that game.
He won them a Champions League title because you pretty much win anybody a Champions League title. You're
solidified. It's why Jordan Henderson is a legend for Liverpool for the foreseeable future. He's not Jordan Henderson throughout his career, you wouldn't say he's the best player on the planet because he's the successor to Gerrard.
Did you see? Did you see the tweet, by the way, that I can't remember who made it. Who was better in their prime, Henderson or Yaya Toure?
Yeah, I don't know why everyone's saying Henderson was better. Like, Yaya Toure was arguably the best midfielder in the Prem to ever be.
Yeah.
Like,
people are thinking that he only played for 3 fucking years.
I was like, this is coming from a Liverpool fan. I love Jordan Henderson, but I also recognize when his talent is. I also recognize when players are better than him. Yaya Toure was
just better.
Reckoned with back when he was in his prime.
You couldn't fuck with him.
Jordan Henderson is a better captain than Yaya Toure. That's better captain,
yeah, but
Yaya Toure is a far better player.
Better prime, in all honesty.
Because Henderson's won a Champions League, sure, but at the end of the day, Yaya Toure kept that consistency under his belt.
Consistent Premier League wins.
Not just Premier League, he was pretty good for Barcelona as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's like he done pretty fucking well to keep set. Basically, he was a really good midfielder no matter where he was.
Yeah, but Yaya Toure, it's not a debate between him and Henderson. I want to say that Henderson was better, but as a Liverpool fan, I'm biased, but it's just not true.
Here's a bit of a debate, though, actually. I feel like this would be more of an intriguing debate. Because obviously people are saying who had a better prime, Yaya Toure or Henderson. Who has a better prime? Vincent Kompany or Virgil van Dijk?
Kompany had a way better consistency to Van Dijk, but I feel like Van Dijk's peak was better than Kompany's. Kompany was better at consistency because he did it for far longer than Van Dijk, but Van Dijk's peak was just higher.
And also, Kompany had a pretty few decent pings at the net. We all remember the one goal that he scored from like 40 yards out. Ping!
That won them. Yep, that won Man City the league over Liverpool, and
pretty much
put Liverpool over by a point.
And was that his last game as well? Was that his last game for City?
It was his last game.
Good way to fucking end it, in all honesty.
Fair play to him, really. We won the Champions League that season, so it wasn't a fruitless season.
It wasn't a fruitless season.
That's the one reason why Kompany's career will be mad, because he didn't win a Champions League, but that's not particularly up to him.
That's going to be the same reason for every single Manchester City player, which is from
the same thing for Aguero,
2010 to 2018, pretty much. Because obviously Aguero and everything is like, unfortunately with that situation, because for what it seems like, Aguero don't think he can even sprint again after everything that happened.
Yeah, it's sad. It's why I think we're incredibly lucky to still be able to have the player like Christian Eriksen back in the Prem.
Yeah, it's like somehow he got himself medically cleared to play. There's like,
I feel like he's in the best place he can be right now because of English healthcare. If he collapses, he's getting attended to fucking instantly.
Yeah, but of course he has private healthcare.
Exactly,
health insurance guaranteed. Every footballer has health insurance, so he's going private anyways, which means he'll be given more time to actually get himself checked, and also basically better option for him, really. But of course, fair enough to obviously Eriksen for recovering after what happened during the Euros and getting back in the Prem.
Oh God, he's back in the Prem, regardless of his heart problems or not. You know, he's such an incredible player on his day, and while his Inter spell didn't go particularly well, and the end of his Tottenham career didn't go particularly well, but for Brentford on his day, he will deliver some nasty ass pace.
He will deliver. He won't play the full 90 minutes because obviously he needs to be baby stepped back into football.
I'd say maybe a 45-minute to 60-minute per game type of thing.
He won't play a full 90-minute half. He'll play about an hour at a push, unless he is fully recovered to say, I want to play those 90 minutes, which I don't think he will.
If it's a big game and he's all right for it, I'd say, okay, then you need him to stay on, because he's going to be the one way to. It's like a Thiago for Liverpool. He rarely ever plays a full 90, but you know when he needs to play, when he does play. And when he's ready for it, he is fucking nasty. He was the reason. He was one of the main reasons we won against Norwich. To be honest, he came on and the game changed. We absolutely rinsed Bayern Munich for Thiago. $5 million a season, and for the next 4 seasons for Thiago. You mad?
Yeah.
I know his first season wasn't amazing, but there were several games in that season where he came on and just changed the game. Even this season, he's been far better, but because I don't think injuries have fucked him too much this season.
Nah.
But Thiago Alcantara, man, is a fucking baller. I don't think, if I read the stat right, I don't think we've lost a single game with Thiago Alcantara and Fabinho in the midfield. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is the stat.
That's something we'll probably have to look into.
We'll look into that for the next couple of weeks because I'm sure that's going to be very important for Champions League coming up.
Pretty much. But of course, we're going to move on to the next subject. Of course, that is mainly content creation plans. Because obviously, you are back within the prime of you streaming on Twitch.
Indeed.
Which is going to be a very, very intriguing time in the year of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, do you have anything... Obviously, I'm not sure if you've even thought about it much. But do you have any sort of content idea plans that you're going to be doing for 2022?
Just every Saturday I'll play whatever anyone else is wanting to play. I do want to make the effort of at least a stream a week. It's not...
Well, not including Saturday or including Saturday?
Including Saturday. Like, Saturday's going to be the guaranteed stream a week day. I want to get something going out that day because that's the one time we actually get to do something together.
Pretty much.
Maybe I want to play some hardcore Minecraft, so just get back into that. Maybe once a week.
We could actually dive into modded a little bit here, depending on how much it.
I feel like I'm going to wait until after I get a little bit of extra RAM in.
Yeah,
because okay, I could dedicate some there.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a bad shout. And who knows?
12 gigs of RAM and that'll do me, pretty much.
Oh, ideally 16 would be the better spot for you.
Ideally 16, but 12 gigs will help me out. A little bit more smooth sailing. But I want to give Hardcore Minecraft a go. I'd be fine with playing what everyone else is playing. It's just I can't run as much as everyone else can run.
Yeah, you can't really...
If it's Skyblock, I'm fine with it. I'll play that.
Skyblock was easy for you to pull off, pretty much. Skyblock was doable.
Everyone got bored of it, though, which is the problem.
Well, to be fair, we did get a lot of it done. In all, we got a lot of it done.
You got a lot of it done. Everyone else stopped playing.
They got quite a bit done as well. You look at what they did. They did it quite a bit.
We got so far advanced, though. We got to the point where we didn't need to grind for shit.
We didn't need to mine. Because at that point, we were just growing the fucking shit, and also...
We legit was... I don't think we hit it, but we were legit at that point where I was like, we didn't need storage space because we had an infinite storage.
Pretty much. It's like, we pretty much did everything.
We did most of what we wanted
everything, but a lot.
I'd love for us to do another Skyblock, but it was me and you doing it.
It would need to be a pretty big gap in between then and the next one, I feel like.
Or maybe just like, maybe we do like a survival island type of modded.
Yeah, maybe. Don't think that's
I don't want to do anything like where it's completely filled with mods. I still want there to be a base of, okay, so vanilla is still there, and maybe it's no more than like 50 mods at best.
Yeah, probably no more than 50 at best, but...
Like, it's a smaller mod pack might be more preferable.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. That's one of my... A
smaller mod pack, a survival island, or maybe just like a limit to some stuff.
Yeah, maybe. We'll just have to wait and see on that specifically.
See how everyone feels, because we still got that other thing going on right now with that server, but no one ever uses it at the moment.
Yeah, that server's not being touched, and the payment for that's coming up this month. I've been very tempted to reduce the either reduce the size of how much RAM it is, or just cut off the payment completely until we do a next one.
I'd say probably cut off the payment, use it for something else.
Because that's 26 quid each bloody month.
Yeah, it's not ideal because none of us is using it at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm sure it will
being touched pretty much.
If you bring it up with Tom, I'm sure there'll be a debate of what games, what what stuff to play.
No one's using it, so I might just cut it off, basically.
I'm sure it'll come back anyways, because Minecraft has always had that hold on a lot of us, where it's just like, okay, when in the mood, we'll do it.
It's like when in the mood, but of course...
It'll probably be like a summer thing, though. I imagine we'll want a couple of months off, just like, okay, Minecraft is just not the one. We've tried playing it again.
Yeah.
And like that was a one-time session. It was fun. But it was like a one-time thing.
One-time thing didn't really happen much.
We've got plenty of other games to play in the meantime, though.
Yeah, there's like there are other games to play which don't require having to run servers for them, which is going to be very, very ideal. But of course,
not just that, but I've got the capture card now, so I can record a lot of games as well on console, anyways.
Yeah, that is true. Which is just like the horizon.
It's another reason why I do want to get back in streaming, and not just that, but other games as well. I wouldn't mind playing Mafia on stream. Mafia 1, not Mafia 3, because I don't know how far away I'd actually get away with the amount of racism in that game.
Yeah, but who knows?
Just play campaign games, really. I'm not asked, really. If I get views, I get views. I'm not asked either way.
Yeah, it just depends, really.
Halo does need to come back at some point, though. Halo is very much on the cards for us for MCC.
Yeah, it just depends, really.
I should be able to get away with playing a couple of games. I just need to re-download it, figure my stuff out for it.
Yeah, it just depends. It depends on what we really want to do within the next few months, whether we want to do stuff. But of course, ideas for like content creation on my end, preferably, obviously bringing back Teardown, because it has been a bit since that's been uploaded. But of course, my original plan was for other content in between that, but of course, reasons that hasn't happened. What I was thinking of maybe doing like a monthly update on what content's going to come along to the channel. So people know that the channel isn't dead, pretty much.
Yeah, what to expect from this month of
pretty much like a monthly update or monthly review of what's going to happen.
Because you don't need to do it on that channel. We'll do it on the main channel, but you can say about your other channels as well, just to promote them out there to people.
Because obviously, content which will be happening, which will be, well, I'd say May. I'd say, well, 2 games are Phasmo, which just needs to be edited down. Rocket League, definitely one of them, since we did stream that. We want to do more of that. Back 4 Blood, Jake has that. Because of Game Pass, that's something we want to try out. Maybe get 2 more people for it. If not, just try and go through hell with just the 2 of us. And of course, maybe Pommel Party as well. Basically, one of the many of them, the Mario Party knockoffs. Because obviously, not everybody has a Switch. Otherwise, I'd be wanting to do Mario Party, but I just don't have people for it. But of course, those are just mainly the 4 games which would be happening. For main channel anyway, because obviously there's a Pokemon channel as well. Which, unfortunately, the Arceus content has basically collapsed through, which isn't great. Because I had somebody try to edit for Legends Arceus, because I stopped streaming it on YouTube and streamed it on Twitch. And of course, the person who got to edit that couldn't edit it because the editing software didn't like the footage. Because the footage works perfectly fine. Even he says, yeah, the footage is fine. It was just more of a, yeah, my editing software don't like it.
Yes, I think that was just dodgy all the way through. The fact that you got a refund for it.
Yeah, but of course it wasn't really that much anyway, so I'm not really wasn't really too fussed on getting a refund or not.
You still have the footage though, so it could always.
I still have the footage, but of course, me doing stream highlights is not something I'm a fan of doing personally. So that might be one of the situations, maybe piling off somebody else. Who knows?
We will see.
Indeed,
depends on
we
how
will
the next
see.
couple of months involved.
But of course, because if we look at Ice School Plays Pokemon, that channel has been a bit lacking on the uploads. So I will say this now: next week will be a TCG video.
Oh.
Because obviously the last upload was 2 weeks ago. It was the live stream. And the TCG video, the last one, was 3 weeks ago. Because there is a certain celebrations box which I did open. 2 collection boxes. So I am going to. That's the thing. That video is edited. That video is edited. It's just been chilling in my folders, not been uploaded.
You need to release it, man.
Yeah,
holding content out.
That is going to be released. We'll say Thursday.
End of this week.
We'll say next Thursday. So Thursday, the 24th of March. Thursday, 24th of February. That is when it will be uploaded. Don't ask about a time because I generally don't know.
Timing? That doesn't work.
Timing? What's that? I don't know what that means. But yeah,
that's not the only Pokemon related stuff that has happened recently.
Thursday the 24th. That's when that TCG video will be uploaded. And of course, there is also another ETB which I didn't open as well. I just haven't edited yet, which I'm going to have to edit sooner or later. But of course, how long are we in? We're 50 minutes in. Should we call it from there?
Well, I was going to add a little bit more to the Pokemon discussion because during my birthday I opened a couple of blisters. Now that I have the magical face cam, I can now quickly just pop off the screen, grab the box with all my special cards in, and I opened a couple of Fusion Strike blisters, which worked out very well, as my Pokemon pull rate just seems to be at an all-time fucking high. Well, started off with a Blaziken VMAX from Chilling Reign.
Alternative art.
That's £100 plus card. And then came to an Espeon VMAX or art from Fusion Strike. And then came to this beautiful card, which is a Mew VMAX. I believe this is the regular version.
There's not, it's the alternative art.
It's alternative, which is another £100+ card. Which has only gone out and pissed Connor off to the nth degree.
Well, I wasn't really pissed off about the Mew. Because at the end of the day, the Mew's a Mew. I'm more annoyed at the Espeon than anything.
Yeah. That's 3 cards, though.
The binder of majority of the pulls that I have.
He's got a full fucking binder. I know almost a full binder. I don't know how full it is.
Long story short, everything I've pulled. Favorite card being that Zekrom, which is right fucking there.
Very nice. He's got a binder, and this is literally all I have. Legit about what? That's 15 of the binders that I've used. There we go. Oh, very nice.
Very nice card. But that's the thing, it's I have loads and loads and loads of obviously I have alternative arts, hyper rares and all that stuff. But it's just obviously my most expensive one is that Shiny Charizard V. That is just that. But of course, I did buy some blisters a little while ago.
Yes.
Some packs a little while ago. And I did pull this.
Oh, that's very nice. Oh, so you finally got one of them then? You finally got an Eon.
I got an Eon VMAX Rainbow Rare, which I don't know the price of the value of. So,
where'd you get that one out of? Fusion Strikes?
No, that's Evolving Skies.
Oh.
Glaceon VMAX 208/201. That's saying that card is about 20 quid. That card is.
Not bad, because how much did you pay for the blister? About
well, that's saying I bought 4 boosters, so it got 16. So I technically got a 4 quid profit, and that obviously wasn't the only thing I pulled. I pulled a couple of other things as well, regular Vs and VMAXs and all that shit. So it wasn't really that bad of a pull. Would it be a good idea to do a full-on? Because I was oh yeah, this is my collection of cards. Would it be a good idea to do that?
I don't see why not. You've done it long enough to where you've got a decent collection going.
Like I say, I have a good amount of cards here, and that's the thing. It's This binder is full quite a bit, right? It has quite a bit of stuff. But that doesn't include the ETB case of pulls which I have.
Yeah.
Because up on the shelf, which is over there, there is basically, I have a load of Shining Fates ETB boxes. And one of them is full of nothing but hard cased sealed pulls. Of course, I've not done a collection video on that, which might be a good shout.
No, I can do collection.
But of course, there
Eevee
might
promo
be
from the Fusion Strikes. That's not Fusion Strike. That's Evolving Skies, actually.
There might be a bit of a spending spree next week.
Oh.
For ETBs.
Have you decided which ones?
I've not made a proper decision on them, but I
really
do want
a last minute.
I really do want Evolving Skies though. I do want Evolving Skies. I want to buy an ETB, not ETB, a booster box. That would be an obvious one, but of course,
are you buying a Japanese set or no?
I'm not sure about the Japanese set, in all honesty. But there is one collection box I am interested in. And, basically, it's a premium collection of Flareon VMAX. It's a very nice collection. It costs 50 squid. Oh, never mind. You could either get the Jolteon or the Flareon, which would be very nice for me to grab. It costs 47 quid. It costs 47 quid at the moment.
Cheeky little bit of value.
Indeed, cheeky little bit of value. It's because the cards are worth a bit in them as well. It's like, if I even search Flareon VMAX... if it is going to be on here, I don't know if it is or not. It's like, that's the jumbo. Maybe if I search Flareon VMAX promo, it may pop up. Yeah, so for the VMAX promo, we are literally talking 20 quid on its own. Just for that Flareon VMAX promo card.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, there is a V, which is basically him by the campfire, pretty much. That is also, we're talking a 15 to 20 quid card. So, pretty much there's 40 quid there, plus you get boosters, and plus you get a jumbo version of the VMAX card. So the money is there, right?
It's not bad value.
And also you get a pin with it as well. You get a pin with it and you get 6 packs. So I am tempted to buy it, but of course I don't know if I could possibly get it anywhere cheaper, or if it just costs that much generically. I don't know.
Well, if it's something you want, then if it's decent value as well, just take the gamble.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely take the gamble, yeah. But of course, it's probably going to be a next week purchase, if anything. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking more of a next week purchase than a this week purchase. So the funny thing is, this collection box isn't even on Chaos Cards, but it's on Amazon though, and it's in with there is a box of it being in a local store within my hometown, but they are charging literally double the price for it. So I don't know if I'm going to be getting that or not.
I wouldn't really. Double the price isn't worth the convenience.
Oh yeah, no, not double the price, but of course try and get different ones and all that shit elsewhere. But I'm gonna call it there. It's been 59 minutes. So that is going to be it for today's episode of Tea Talk. If you guys did enjoy, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you leave a like. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and ding dong notification bell so you're notified on when an upload of the podcast is happening every week. We upload these on a Monday, but the times are never exactly guaranteed. I normally try and aim for 6 p.m. GMT. But of course, if you are listening on Spotify, if you want to give us a review, please do. Let us know what you think of the podcast. And not only that, obviously, review of 5 stars would be greatly appreciated, because we would like to see a 5-star review on there, at least our first proper one. And, of course, Jake, go check him out. Twitter and Twitch in the description, not just on YouTube, but on Spotify as well. So go peep it, because he's actually doing content now after a year of hibernation. And, of course, obviously, my shit as well, my Pokemon channel, my main channel as well. Content, hopefully, should be a bit more of an up on there. So that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching this, and enjoy your brew.
Peace.